Good. Okay. 7:01, call the meeting to order. Okay. This should be my acknowledgement. We acknowledge that we are gathered on Treaty 1 and Treaty 2 territories and that Manitoba is located on the treaty territories and ancestral lands of the Anishinaabe, Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota Oete, Dene Sulene, Ojibwe, Nehikawa. We acknowledge Manitoba is located on the homeland of the Red River Métis. We respect the spirit and intent of treaties and treaty making and remain committed to working in partnership with First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people in the spirit of truth, reconciliation, and collaboration. Okay, we don't have any minutes to confirm. Have a motion to adopt the agenda. Be it resolved that the agenda be adopted as presented on those items not addressed due to administration illness. At this meeting will be held at a special meeting on April the 23rd, 2024 at 5 p.m. or April the 19th to 24 and we'll determine that after the meeting so we can properly advertise. We'll give council an opportunity to decide what date. And we hereby order to be altered as required. Can I have a mover? Councillor Maxwell. Can I have a second? Councillor Drohan.
Hang on.
So Maxwell the mover and Drohan the second. Okay.
Hang on.
Anybody got any questions?
Second.
All in favor? Carried. Okay. Now, 7:02. And we've got the public hearing advertised for 7:05, so we got 3 minutes. We can go to communications, folks, if we can have a mover to receive and file all communications.
Be it resolved, the council accept the communications as presented.
Yeah. Can I have a second? Councillor Drohan, after Ross moves it. Anybody, any questions?
I do have one question for the Manitoba Crime Stoppers signage. Is that the way that they worded it as a donation?
I think so.
Even though we're a member now, it's a donation.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
Crime Stoppers under.
I had to do
7.
something and I can answer that in a moment. Agenda. Sorry, I didn't have us. Who moved the agenda?
No, it was Councilor Maxwell.
Oh, Maxwell.
Oh, the agenda, sorry.
Yeah. And Shane.
Councilor Drohan.
Sorry, thank
If
you.
I go too fast, let me know.
No, I just hadn't had a setting here that I was working on. And then I got to do the communications, moving and seconding. And that was Councillor Ross, Councillor Drohan. So there's two. They're thanking us for the donation. Yeah. Look, contribution.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the way they worded it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How they, okay. Anybody else got a question? All in favor? Carried. Okay, 7:05. So we'll go to item 4.1. Be it resolved that we hereby adjourn the regular meeting for BO-002-24C and CU-004-24C and adjourn to a public hearing at 7:05. Can I have a mover? Councillor Drohan moves it and Councillor Maxwell seconds it. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions? All in favor? Okay, on public hearing, I'll read over requirement. Excuse me. Now, the purpose of the public hearing is to receive representation from the applicant and from the persons who wish to make them. We will hear first from the applicant, then from those present who wish to make representations, starting with anyone who wants to speak in favor of the proposal. At the end of the other presentations, the applicant will have an opportunity to respond. If it is in response, the applicant supplies new information or raises new issues, then the others will be given an opportunity to speak again. At the end of the presentation, the members of council may ask for clarifications from the speaker or any fact or issue, but will not enter into a debate. Persons speaking must address the chair. If they have questions that they think the applicant should answer, they should raise them in their presentation to the chair. The applicant will have an opportunity to respond to questions when the other presentations are finished. This is also not the time to question the members of council under the Planning Act. The purpose of the public hearing is for council to receive representations, and a discussion or argument involving members of council is inappropriate. There should be no interruptions while a person is making a presentation. Order must be maintained. Okay, I will now call on the applicant to come forward. Is the applicant here? Mr. Van Steenen? Van Steenen? The applicant is not here. Okay, is there anybody in the audience that wants to speak in favor of the application? The Van Steelen application? Is there anybody in the audience that wants to speak against the application? Or has any questions? No. I think the CEO did receive a letter, I believe, on one of these. Is it, you did say you received a letter or no? For this public hearing?
How do you mean? Like I have received
No letter, no objection?
no objections?
Okay, I thought
No,
you
I have not. No.
Okay.
No.
So if there's nobody that wants to speak as
Can I
part of,
just raise a concern as a
Yep,
neighboring?
yep. Can you come up and we'll need your name and please? Yeah, just grab the chair there.
I'm trying.
Yep, you can say your name.
It's Terry Solomon.
Terry Solomon. Yep. Okay,
I'm just like we share the same pasture line. So my only concern would be that when they dig up the land and make the crops or whatever, any crop dusting or anything to do with fertilizer or weed killing or whatever, to just be mindful that I do have horses that feed on that grass that is next, especially next to the fence line. Just to be mindful, like planes flying, the irrigation system, what they put into it. Just, I mean, I don't care if the water's coming over, but there is fertilizer in there and there is whatever. I don't know how close they're coming to the fence line, but I mean, I've been watching progress being made. I'm okay with it, but just keeping in mind once the growing season starts, then to just be mindful that I do have horses grazing there. That is their feed. That's my only concern.
council have a question for Terry? No? Okay, thanks, Terry. Is that all? Yep, great. Anybody else? Come on. Kurt, come on up, please.
Professor?
Yep.
I just have a question regarding the subdivision. So what is the proposal? Does he want to subdivide just his farm side, his residency side? Or is there another subdivision acreage wise? Like how many acres does he want to subdivide out of the property?
Just gives us a second here. The application is.
So
Total
Yeah.
10.03 acres.
If you heard it, 10.03.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he will keep the residential side, whatever, and the rest will be subdivided to whoever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever.
So this is just subdividing off the
Yeah.
farm
No.
home.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the actual subdivision has been approved in believe the February council meeting. And in order to approve that, he needs a conditional use and a variation order. So
Okay,
that's what this is about.
so you're satisfied?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? Got a question as it relates to this application? No? Okay, if there's nobody else, we can't go online. Does council have any questions here? If not, I'll ask for a motion to close the public hearing. Yeah, Councilor Grohan moves to close the public hearing, and I have a second. Councilor Maxwell. Any questions? All in favor? Okay, public hearing is now closed. Okay. Now, we're down to 4.2. For the delegation. Mr. Mohammed, can you? Dr. Mohammed, I'm just going to remind you, delegation, you got 10 minutes.
All right,
So I'll put the timer on. We'll try to stick to the rules.
thank you. First of all, on behalf of Brandon Islamic Center, I would like to thank the esteemed Council of Forum of Cornwalls for letting this delegation and to present our, what you call it, request to the council as well as the entire community of Cornwalls as well as Brandon, Manitoba. There is quite a bit of stuff to be covered, so I would request the council as well as those who are listening online, they're watching it, for example, and those who are sitting in the back of the room here, to please visit the Islamic Center's website, bicmanitoba.ca. And please visit the archives sections of the bicmanitoba.ca and have a look at the letters of recommendation and the support that we are receiving from the community for the services that the Islamic Center is providing in Brandon for the past so many years. So in a nutshell, we provide religious and spiritual services, funerals, social interactions, community potlucks, promotion of education and research. We have been awarding scholarships to the Brandon School Division. We are a regular sponsor of the Western Manitoba Science Fair. We help a number of immigrants and refugees to come and settle in Brandon, Manitoba in the Western area. Brandon would be too small for that one. And we also help attract and retain foreign skilled workers, for instance, doctors, engineers, professors, and teachers. We collaborate with a number of charitable organizations. For example, the Brandon Westman Christmas Cheer, Knox United Church, Central Mennonite Church, Brandon School Division, Western Manitoba Science Fair, Brandon University WUSC, that is the Brandon University was Duke. So that's a non-for-profit organization to the federal government that attracts foreign qualified students to come to Canada and get postgraduate education here in Canada. And per se, if we have so many immigrants and what you call it, the refugees, most of these refugees, they happen to be of Islamic faith and they're connected with the Islamic Center and they get the social support over there, which can be quite devastating for people coming from a third world country with no family members here in Manitoba. So we had those as well. So this is with the organizations, and I would like to briefly touch upon the collaboration of the Muslim community with the city of Brandon. So in 2004, per request of the city of Brandon, the Muslim community, they contributed a place of worship on 123 Rosser Avenue East with an area of 2.7 acres per request of the city of Brandon to build a police station and a fire station. And we had an actively used place of worship on that specific parcel of land. Per request of the city, we gave it to the city. They demolished the place of worship and they wanted to proceed with the building of a police and fire station. For whatever reasons, the city was unaware of those reasons. The Muslim community was unaware of those reasons. The city of Brandon could not proceed with building police and fire station on that specific lot. So that was 2.7 acres and a place of worship. And I have been trying to search online and get any example across Canada from the east to west coast, from the northern border to the southern border of Canada, if there has been any instance of a religious place of worship to be handed over to the city, to be demolished, to provide services to the community. This is the highest level of civic responsibility that we take pride in. The Brandon Muslim community has extended to the city of Brandon. And we believe when we need help, community building is mutual. When we go and we request the city of Brandon or the Arm of Cornwallis for some assistance, I think it is time to reciprocate. So I will move forward on that one. We are expecting some further collaborations with NCC, that is the National Conservancy of Canada. So this is a federal organization, not-for-profit, charitable organization. And the proposed site that we are requesting the parcel of land from the Arm of Cornwallis to be contributed to the Islamic Center. It abuts or just lies just to the north of a parcel of land which has the endangered species of small white lady slippers orchid. And from the federal regulation point of view, from the provincial regulation point of view, that specific parcel of land cannot be developed. We had been in touch with the city to extend city services to a parcel of land outside the jurisdiction or the boundaries of city of Brandon. For whatever reasons, they're reluctant to provide that one. And in a meeting on February 22nd, 2024, the city officials suggested the parcel of land with the civic address 1850 Frederick Street, and they told us the property is owned by the Arm of Cornwallis. All right, so we are requesting now to the Arm of Cornwallis to contribute this specific parcel of land to the Islamic Center so we can build a place of worship, a community center, and I wish I had access to the PowerPoint presentation so I could present the drawings in here. It is something that is an investment in the infrastructure of Brandon and in the infrastructure of Arm of Cornwallis. This place is going to attract a number of qualified doctors, and I can give examples, not in public, but maybe in camera or in a personal meeting here, about the involvement of the Islamic Center in attracting foreign qualified doctors. I will be surprised if any of the council members, respectable council members, or any of the audience sitting behind, they have any of the physician within Arm of Cornwallis. They come to the clinic, they come to the Brandon Hospital, and all of the physicians and doctors, they are based in Brandon. We have been attracting doctors, and I have given an example of a municipality. When we look at it, it's a teamwork between the federal government, between the provincial government, and the community. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, but there's a fourth component, that's the municipal bodies, the cities and the municipalities. I have given an example in here, and it's attached in the word of the attachment here. Some of the, what you call it, municipalities, towns in Canada, they're offering up to $100,000 to attract family physicians to work in those specific towns. And I can say for sure, at least over the past 1 year, the Muslim community has contributed at least 300,000 of those, because we help attract specialists in here. And the question they ask regularly, is there a place of worship? Is there a community center where the families can interact? Is there any spiritual, what you call it, attachment for the communities to be coming in here? So we had 2 physicians already coming in here, specialists. The third one, I came to know he accepted an offer today. And I'm working on the 4th one to potentially come in July or August. So if we look at the municipalities and they're, what you call it, awarding $100,000 for family physicians to be coming in and working in their areas, I think we have already contributed $400,000 to the city of Brandon and to the Arm of Cornwallis, if you want to put a dollar figure on that. So, plus I need to touch very briefly on a couple of issues, which is what you call it, legal issues in here. I have attached a copy in here of the Arm of Cornwallis resolution back in 2019 and the resolution number is 2021/027. It was moved by Councillor Weselberg and seconded by Reeve Hoffer. And it was about a request by the Nature Conservancy of Canada to have access to the parcels of land that we are talking about right now to build a place of worship and a community center on that one. And I would request the council, I would request the CAO, like right now when we go to the Autumn of Cornwallis and we have the agenda from the previous agenda on March 2012, we have seen bylaws or regulations of the.
1 minute. You got 1 minute.
1 minute left.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I say, first off, I don't think that bylaw is applicable to this specific property. Because we look at it, it further says the property shall be distributed to or disposed of to one or more government agencies and or charitable organizations which carry on the same or similar work in Canada. So we have been in touch with the NCC as well. I don't think the policy of the Autumn of Cornwallis does not apply about the sale of the property like the way it's listed on the webpage to this specific parcel of land because of the resolution number 2021/027. Thank you.
Thank you. Does any council member have a question for Dr. Mohammed? Nobody? Okay, thanks, Dr. Mohammed.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Did I get one of those?
We resolved that the verbal delegation information presented to council by the Brandon Islamic Center be hereby received. BLC would like to send. Yeah, make a motion. Councilor Maxwell and Councilor Gohan, second. Yep. Anybody got any question? All in favor? Carried. Received. Yep. Just for the audience, great presentation. I'm just going to make a comment here. The RM of Cornwall, previous council did receive a offer to purchase that property from a business. It didn't follow through. There was conditions on there, but just for the audience, for the audience information, it's public land and there's a way we have to go through disposing of public property. And we did get a offer to purchase, so we will take it to a Legend Finance Committee and make our decision there. But next time we have a Legend Finance Committee. So, great. Thank you. Yeah, one comment.
Okay.
One.
So you know what, dollar value is one thing, and the service and the to the community is another thing. And I would request the community members to have to make up with a decision whether they want some money coming into the Autumn of Cornwallis, or they want to have some services provided by charitable organization by attracting doctors, for example, school teachers, professors and stuff, and you have to weigh whether the money value is more or the services provided that is going to benefit the entire community weighs more.
Yep.
And that's my only thing.
Yep,
Thank you.
great. Thank you, Dr. Martin. Okay.
I have a question.
Yep.
Ray Berthelite, the question,
No,
well, not on this, just for the next meeting you have to bring it up to? Is that a public meeting?
it'll be Legend Finance. It'll be advertised.
Oh, it'll be advertised?
Yeah, it'll
Okay,
be
thank you.
advertised.
That's all I want to know.
So it's a committee meeting.
Yeah.
The Legend Finance will be a committee meeting, and they make recommendations. Any decisions on it would come to a council meeting.
Come back to you.
Okay. So we'll go to. Second, make sure I'm on the right track here. Report of committees. Anybody have a report of committees? I'll just make a little bit of verbal report. CAO, Councilor Grohan and myself had the opportunity to go to the AMN last week 3-day event. Some real good breakout sessions there, and some booths are very informative. The one I went to was the Manitoba Water Rights Act. Mr. Hay put on a presentation there. We also attended, the CEO and myself, and I think Councilor Rohan was at the Board of Revision. Yeah, that was some good information was passed out there. I'll, next time we have a committee meeting, we'll fill in council with some recommendations, and then some best practices. So I just thought I'd bring that up, everybody's information.
I'll just add a couple of things, Mr. Chairperson. Over the last couple of months, the Finance Committee has had a total of 7 budget meetings.
Yep.
And we finalized our budget, and we'll be presenting it publicly, even though it's available now on our website, we'll be presenting it publicly on the 23rd of April.
That's good.
Also, we've received a report from the Burns Mandel regarding the lagoon for the Spruce Woods area. So that'll be, we're going to look into see if we can make that publicly available as well. And we'll be meeting in the near future here as well.
And Grand Valley, you want to make a comment on the Grand Valley water study? We got that too. Yeah, we got the report as well for Grand Valley water.
Oh.
Yeah, just like I said, we received it.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, water.
I don't think
Oh, yeah, it got forwarded to the municipality from the same engineering firm, a water study, a feasibility study in Grand Valley. So 2 great reports. I'll rely on the utility chairperson to call a meeting with the engineer just to further clarify some of the comments. The Spruce Woods one is a real good lagoon, what Deputy Reeve Ross alluded to. It's the study was the location of that facility. So we'll want to keep the public engaged in that and informed. So it's great. Anybody else got any questions or any report? You want to report something to AMM? What you, anything for you?
We were all there together.
Yeah, no, that's good. No, I just give you an opportunity.
Yeah, we went to a different one.
Yeah.
The CAO.
Yeah.
Can't remember the lady's name, but it was good for conflicts within.
Oh, yes.
the conflict ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Everything was good.
And Scott Fielding, the former finance minister, that was a good one too, financing a municipality. Strongly suggested your information is gathered at a committee meeting. We must give the CEO an opportunity to put all that data together before it comes to a regular scheduled council meeting. So we'll take that advice from her. Yep. So if nobody else has, I'll have a motion to receive the verbal reports. Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Councillor Maxwell
Those are committee reports.
and Councillor Drohan. Second. Yep. Call for the question. All in favor? Carried. Okay. Down to 7.1. I'll read it out loud so people, I'm still getting text that people don't hear some of the council members. Be it resolved that council members be hereby authorized to attend the Brandon Chamber of Commerce State of the City Luncheon to be held in Brandon.
Hang
I
on.
think we
I think
I think we passed it.
yeah, it's passed. So, yeah, I think you have to register by.
Oh, I thought you did register.
No, I
Okay, yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
It's April the 18th, the luncheon, so,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay,
Unless maybe there's a chance they would
yeah. No, I
accept it.
wasn't-
Yeah, sorry, I
It
didn't
came in
get
late, yeah, I really- okay.
anybody registered
So we'll
because I
hop
wasn't
right over
here.
that one. No action then.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
unless
We didn't
you,
have an asterisk beside it.
Yeah.
We did talk. Okay.
unless somebody really wants to.
Yeah. And
Unless somebody else-
so that's what, and I did ask Holly to register and then open it up to council members. I can't go because we got that meeting, KPD meeting.
We could read it. and see.
What's that?
You could read it and see, and then maybe advertise.
Yeah, okay, I'll read it, just give me a second here.
Just squeeze you in.
Be hereby resolved
Yeah.
that council members be hereby authorized to attend the Brandon Chamber of Commerce State of the City Luncheon to be held in Brandon on April the 18th, 2024. Further resolved that the application and registration expenses be authorized in accordance with the indemnity bylaw 1680/2019. So I'm asking somebody to move it to, okay, Councillor Maxwell, Councillor Brown seconds it. Can any question I got, can anybody go? I can't because I got a KPD meeting at 1:00.
No, I
Yeah.
can't.
Okay, then no action there. No. Yeah. Do we defeat it or do just no action?
Well, I mean, something changed.
Yeah.
Vote on it just in case.
Okay, all in favor? Yeah. If somebody can go. Mr. Fawcett is the guest speaker. Okay. Next one, be it resolved that the letter from Westman Aggregate regarding the stop sign at Curry's Landing Road and Road 57 North be sent to the Transportation Committee meeting, Services Committee, to review and report back to council with recommendations. Can I have a move? Councilor Maxwell, Councilor Brown, got any questions? Yeah. Anybody else? I'll call for the question to send it to the Transportation Service Committee. Yep. Carried. No, 8. To be it resolved that the following payroll accounts be approved as follows. Do you,
No, yeah, I don't know which one
yeah,
is listed in there. I'll step them.
Yeah, I've separated the
Yeah.
payroll from everything.
yeah,
So, yeah,
okay.
it's just, this is just payroll.
Yeah, be it resolved that the following payroll accounts be approved as follows. Direct deposit payroll of March 21, 2024, $10,406.95. Direct deposit payroll of April the 4th, 2024, $10,728.48, for a total of $21,135.43. Can I have a move?
I'll make that motion.
Councillor Ross. Second, Councillor Gruhan. Any questions? All in favor? Carried. Councillor Brown, please. Next one is, be it resolved that council approve the list of accounts for expenses and checks numbered 11,931 to 11,998 for a total amount of $179,467.50. And be it further resolved that council approve the council February indemnities expense for the amount of $4,619.32. Can I have a mover? Councillor Brown, second, Councillor Grohan. Any questions? All in favor? Carried. Unaudited financial reports, 8.3. Be it resolved that the unaudited monthly financials for the months of January and February 2024 be accepted as presented. Have a mover. Councillor Brown,
I'll second.
Councillor Ross. Any questions? No questions? Call for the question. All in favor? Carried. I'm going too fast. Slow me down. Okay. Bylaws, they've got asterisks beside it, so the CEO asked she needs a little bit more time, so we'll skip right over them and defer them. Unfinished business. Okay. 10.11, okay. Excuse me, whereas Jarang, Achara, and landowner Shirley Dubois of the property legally described as roll number 8770 has applied for a conditional use order to allow for an Amazon delivery warehouse within the Ag 80 agricultural general zone. And whereas council held a public hearing on March the 12th, 2024 to hear representation in favor and in opposition of the application. Therefore, be it resolved that after careful consideration of the application and of many representations made at the public hearing opposing the use, council hereby rejects the application for the following reasons. Council deems an Amazon delivery warehouse use incompatible with the agricultural general zone. No condition imposed would result in a warehouse being used compatible with the general nature of the surrounding area. The warehouse would create large truck traffic and noise, particularly in the evenings, that would be detrimental to the safety and welfare of people living in the surrounding area. The warehouse would negatively affect the peace and quiet nature of the surrounding rural area and any potential development. And I have a mover. Councillor Maxwell and Councillor Brown seconds it. Anybody have any questions? Anybody? I'll call for the question. All in favor? Yeah. Okay.
So the
Yeah.
10.2,
Yeah, I'm just at that one now. If you
yeah,
have any
does have an asterisk
comments. Yeah,
behind it. There is a bit of information that I have not received yet.
yeah,
So if that can hang on
Yeah.
for another week or two,
yeah, we'll give the CO some time.
That
just
would be
let
good.
the- Yeah, that's good. Holly. Yeah. Okay. Chaters Cemetery. 10.3, there's no motion. Yeah, we'll just defer that one too, with no action item.
yeah,
Unless somebody has something.
yeah, I think we tabled it already, and yeah, I think we need to give this one a bit more time till
Yeah.
it leaves out.
We've got a
So
meeting coming up, and we can give the CO some time to put that resolution together. Okay, 10.4 is tabled. The next one, we'll go into camera, 10.5. Right?
yeah, and I don't know that we really need any in camera other
Yeah.
than just giving you the information on it.
Yep.
Um,
And it's right in front of us.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
right in front of you. If
Yeah.
you want, you can go in camera later, but there is no real decision or resolution there.
Okay. 10.7. Oh, sorry, 10.6. We'll leave it up to the CEO to call a meeting with Whitehead. They're interested in talking about some boundary road agreements and things like that. Yeah, we'll leave it up to you, Holly, to organize the meetings.
Yeah,
So
like I couldn't get the meeting with them done initially
Yeah.
when we had the other neighbors that came to a joint meeting.
Yeah.
I couldn't get a scheduled meeting with them. But then you had bumped into them and there's some additional information.
Yes, yeah.
So I'm assuming everybody still wants me to go ahead and make that.
Yeah,
That
what I would recommend to
joint
the
meeting with them.
CEO, if council's okay, once the tender is back with a proposal, a dollar value on Marsden Road, then I told Trevor when I bumped into him at the AMM, we will share any information on Marsden Road with them. They're quite pleased, so they want to listen to us. Okay. Now, 10.7, whereas council has reviewed the development agreement between 6864598 Manitoba Limited, TCIP, Trans-Canada Industrial Park, and the municipality dated August the 21st, 2020. And whereas a completion certificate was issued for the on-site services only on December the 7th, 2023. And whereas the development agreement reads that no building permits shall be issued until the completion certificate has been issued. And whereas the municipality has consulted with the municipal lawyer. Therefore, be it resolved that the municipality confirm that a building permit application is permitted within the TCIP development, provided that the proposed building is a permitted use in the industrial zone. Can I have a mover? Councilor Maxwell? Yeah, Councilor Brown seconds it. Does anybody have any questions? We were all here and we spoke to the municipal lawyer and some very specifics in that development agreement. I think we're well in line with what we're doing here. Anybody any questions, concerns? I'll call for the question. All in favor? Yeah, carried. This is just for the public here. I mean, it involves two separate agreements there. There's one for the road, which isn't done. The municipality has given them an extension. And then there's one for the development, the internal development, which is, we've got that completion certificate for it. So, okay. Okay, 11. Just give me a second. There's no asterisk. 11.1. Whereas Westman Trail Association, a volunteer group, requests that the municipality accept donations on their behalf and the municipality issue a charitable donation receipt and turn proceeds over to the Westman Trail Association. And whereas the donations are to be used for the Brandon Hills Trails maintenance, which is of interest to a substantial portion of the municipality's population, and all residents of the municipality may use the trails free of charge. Therefore, be it resolved that the municipality agrees to receive charitable donations for a minimum amount of $75 on behalf of the Westman Trail Association. Can I have a mover? Councilor Brohan, Councilor Brown. Any questions? Nobody? I'll call for the question. All in favor? Carried. Okay, what are you doing? Next one's got an asterisk. 11.3, we'll defer that one. Okay, now we got the resolution for the public hearing for it. Whereas the applicant and landowners Daryl and Teresa Van Steeland of the property legally described as SW 14 1017 56136 PR 340 roll 123,800. Rural Municipality of Cornwallis has applied to council to vary the application of zoning bylaw number 1664-03-2016 as amended under Part 5, Table 5, in order to reduce the site width for a non-farm dwelling in the agriculture general Ag 80 zone from 200 feet to 78.64 feet. And whereas council held a public hearing to hear representation in favor and in opposition of the application. And whereas the council is satisfied that varying the application of the zoning bylaw with regard to the affected property, 1, will be compatible with the general nature of the surrounding area, will not be detrimental to the health and welfare of people living or working in the surrounding area, or negatively affect other properties or potential development in the surrounding area. 3, is the minimum modification of the zoning bylaw required to relieve the injurious effect of the zoning bylaw onto the applicant's property, and 4, is generally consistent with the applicant's provisions of the development plan bylaw and zoning bylaw and any secondary plan. Therefore, be it resolved that after careful consideration of the application and any representation made for or against the application, hereby approves variation application V0-002-24-C. Can I have a mover? Councilor Brown, Councilor Wilhelm, any questions? Okay. Call for the question. All in favor? Carried. So we did that one too, then?
11.3.1, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay, I just want to make sure. Whereas the applicant and landowners Daryl and Teresa Van Steelen of the property legally described as SW 141017 56136 PR 340, roll 123800, rural municipality of Cornwallis, has applied to council for a conditional use for zoning bylaw number 1664-03216, 2016, as amended under Part 5, Table 5.2, in order to allow for a non-farm dwelling in the Ag 80 zone by way of subdivision. And whereas council held a public hearing to hear representation in favor and opposition of the application, and whereas council is satisfied that the conditional use complies with the following: will be compatible with the general nature of the surrounding area. 2, will not be detrimental to the health and welfare of people living or working in the surrounding area, or negatively affect other properties or potential development in the surrounding areas, and is generally consistent with the applicable provisions of the development plan bylaw and zoning bylaw and any secondary plan bylaw. Therefore, be it resolved that after careful consideration of the application and other representations made for or against the application, council hereby approves conditional use application CU 00424-C. Can I have a mover? Councillor Grohan. Second, Councillor Maxwell. Any questions? Call for the question. All in favor? Carry. Okay. Okay, be it resolved that council accept the recommendation of the Personnel and Finance Committees and approve a 3.3 cost of living increase for all Cornwallis employees effective January 1, 2024. Further resolve that and approve the $1 per wage increase for passing of the probationary period for the financial analyst and administrative assistance position effective January 1, 2024. Can I have a mover? Councillor Maxwell. Councillor Grohan seconds it. Any questions? No. Call for the question. All in favor?
I'm abstaining.
Oh, abstain. Okay, that's fair. Make sure you document that. Okay. Well, whereas council, we're at 11.5 for everybody. Whereas council approved the 2024 special A base high clay gravel tender and advertisement, whereas the following tenders bids were received. For Ward 1, we got to read it out. For Ward 1, the tenders came in at $18.50 a ton, $19.45 a ton, and $23.80 per ton. For Ward 2, $17.97 a ton and $20.74 a ton. Therefore, be it resolved that council award the Ward 1 tender to Blue Star Construction in the amount of $18.50 a ton, and be it further resolved that council award the Ward 2 tender to Allen and Bolak Excavating in the amount of $17.97 a ton. Can I have a mover? Councillor Maxwell, Councillor Grohan. Any questions? No? Call for the question. All in favor? Okay, 11.6 in Nass Street, sold as 11.7, 11.8, 11.9, 11. We're all down with inquiries, and Councillor Ross
Yeah, I
has.
have a few inquiries there, Mr. Chairperson.
Yep.
First one regarding the traffic speed sign that municipality owns It's been sitting on the base for a number of months in Shiloh. We requested that it be moved, and it was moved onto Shiloh Road. That's appreciated. We request that that road doesn't belong to the municipality. We request that we approach MTI about possibly acquiring a permanent traffic speed indicating sign for that location, as well as,
That's already been requested.
oh,
So you,
okay,
I don't know if you got my text or not.
I'm asking twice.
It's okay.
I'm the squeaky wheel.
He's double checking.
That'll speed it up.
To make sure that it is, they didn't forget about it.
Okay.
It is going kind of slow.
The other request is that we move that traffic sign to Hunter Road as we discussed in committee. And as well, that we we do a speed reduction on 50th Street out in Ward 1. Also, when you're turning off of Victoria Avenue or 1A onto 50th Street, as you're heading south, there's a speed limit sign that says 90 kilometers an hour. We're requesting that go down to 70 kilometers an hour to be in unison with all the other side roads that we have in the municipality. And there is no speed limit sign as you're going north towards Victoria Avenue, so we need to have that sign replaced as well.
Yep, that's great. Thanks, Terry. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Keep your notes and we'll take it to the transportation committee meeting and I'll forward you something that I got from it's not an inquiry, but adding to speed signs. I'm not sure what you guys get from the AMM, but MPI has something out now. I think it's early in May, they will receive applications for those electronic signs. Again, I don't know what the CEO gets for communications. It goes to the Reeve. I'll forward to everybody. I think we should put in an application, at least for one, for those electronic signs, and then we'll probably have to pick where we want located. I was thinking Grand Valley Road, but it's free. Like MPI is, we might be able to take a couple, I'll maybe get the CEO to reach out to see.
I think he's already asked for it.
What's that?
I think he's already asked for it.
Oh, okay.
We have one.
Yeah,
We own one for it.
the portable one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this
The
one,
one that.
Oh, this is more.
permanent solar.
yeah, it just got announced yesterday. I got the email yesterday from AMS. Okay, I'll forward it to you and, they're free from
Yeah, I
NPR.
think
So,
that's what it
yeah.
was.
Okay, does anybody else have
I
anything?
have one
Yep.
inquiry. I'm wondering, Mr. Chairman, if we could get the CAO to check on that costing that Burns was gonna do for us on the road for Tycan. The relocation on the road.
Oh, yes, I can give you an update. Councilman,
Okay,
I was at the AMM actually, and they were there, a lot of engineering firms. And they did indicate to me it's almost ready. They will forward it to the CEO. It sounded like it's ready to go, just sign, stamp. They've got something. It's the way I understood at their booth there. Yeah, so
well, that
that's,
sounds good, because I think that was a year ago that we had that appeal, and so nothing.
yeah, I don't know the details, but it did say it just has to sign it. So that's good. Maybe reach out to them. Anybody else? There's a chance, before we let Councilor Ross.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. Councilor Drohan, any questions? All in favor? Great, thanks. If we can just, yeah. So just to help out, all that, appreciate you guys.
Let me just take us off here live.
Yep.
Hang on.
That would be quick.
Yeah.